Hi, and welcome from Nene and Papa. Last weekend, we were in beautiful Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the Jeep Jam, and while we were there, we took a little time to do some antiquing and visit some thrift shops. That is mostly what this video is about, but I also thought I'd give you a glimpse of just a few of the hundreds of Jeeps that were in town for the weekend. Some people go all out decorating them for this Jeep Jam. When we got to town on Friday, we visited a couple of antique stores and one thrift shop, and I'm just going to let you walk along with me and see all of the beautiful things that I saw. I did buy a few things on this trip, nothing big though because we were in the Jeep and we couldn't bring it home. This is an old plastic sewing box full of vintage sewing items. Some of these boxes were empty, there was nothing in them. But there was a lot of cool stuff, nothing that I really needed for $85 though. And here are some very unique and very old Christmas tree ornaments. Some cute lovey ducks. I thought all of these old books made a really pretty, colorful display on this shelf. Here's some beautiful carnival glass, and this shop actually had some pink Miss America Depression glass, but no pieces that I didn't already have. And I thought this bowl was just absolutely gorgeous. This piece of vintage crochet is a very unique shape, and I loved the brown, yellow, and white variegated thread. These are not colors that I see very often. Here is an old plastic drying rack with a whole bunch of vintage handkerchiefs hanging on it. And such a cute little vintage flannel nightgown. In this section, there were dolly high chairs, a little cradle, and even a tiny wicker pram. This was a gorgeous display of uranium glass, all shining under a black light. In this section was a display of some old Corningware and Pyrex, two of my favorite things. Here are some camera lenses, radios, and recording equipment, along with some photos of old-time movie stars. I had to read the tag to figure out what this was, but it is a very old optometrist set of lenses. I love this pretty little set of Fire King cups and saucers. And this old dictionary was just a sight to behold. It was printed in 1918, which is the year that my daddy was born. And it was falling apart, but just so beautiful. Here is a corner full of old cast iron and enamelware, and that big blue pot in the back was just beautiful, such a pretty color. I actually have a red one similar to it, but mine is new, it's not vintage. I will just let this old violin speak for itself. In this section is old fishing and camping gear, more old radios, and this thing, which I think that's supposed to say solar capacitor. I'm not really sure. It was pretty interesting to look at, though. On Friday night, there was a Jeep ride through downtown Eureka Springs, and then we had a delicious Chinese dinner before we went back to our little cabin. These people are on a walking ghost tour, but it looks like they're all going to get married. On Saturday, there was a Jeep show with more than 850 Jeeps on display, and then a parade through town. This is our little Jeep, and as you can see, we don't go all in like some of the others do. Saturday afternoon, we did some more shopping. Here's another display of very old cast iron pieces, and some old juicers, and a couple of frogs. I was a florist before I retired, and I love to find random old frogs or beautiful old faces. Here is a display of old fishing reels, and this gorgeous cabinet is full of law books. It was huge, probably 8 or maybe 9 foot tall, beautifully carved wooden cabinet. This green one was really pretty too, not quite as tall, but very wide. A lovely display case. Here's an old Polaroid camera and the accessories to go with it. A beautiful taxidermied fox. They had 3 or 4 of these old sailor caps, like Gilligan wore. Some beautiful dressers and chiffon. This one was so pretty. And I just loved this little pram with its umbrella and little baby dolls inside. I didn't film inside the thrift shop, but here's what I got. A plastic paper holder. I thought I would use this doggy sweater pattern as the cover of a junk journal. An old children's book and 3 pieces of silverware. The little silver baby spoon, that 2 tablespoon measure is very heavy, and a big serving fork, which is also heavy. At the antique stores, I got that old dictionary, of course. I could not pass it up for $10. I can use it just to look at or in my junk journals. It is so beautiful inside. It has some beautiful plates in the front and some lovely illustrations throughout. I also got a cabinet card and 3 old postcards. And at another shop, I got that pretty brown and yellow crocheted piece and one of the little handkerchiefs. On Saturday night, we went to the Passion Play, which is always moving, even though we have seen it probably 5 times now. And then on Sunday, we had a beautiful ride home through the Ozarks. Thanks for watching.